Ladies and gentlemen, relationships are the bedrock of our emotional and personal growth. But not all relationships are built on genuine love and respect. In any meaningful relationship, the foundation is an emotional connection that binds two people together. This connection is what allows individuals to feel seen, understood, and valued. However, in a fake relationship, this bond is conspicuously absent, leaving a hollow void that can be difficult to ignore over time. Without an emotional connection, the relationship lacks depth, and it becomes a surface level interaction rather than a meaningful partnership. Conversations, rather than being fulfilling and enriching, often feel forced, trivial, or mechanical. There's no genuine effort to dive into each other's feelings, dreams, or fears. Instead, discussions remain centered on mundane topics or superficial matters, leaving you yearning for a deeper sense of intimacy. A lack of emotional connection often manifests in the inability to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is a cornerstone of true intimacy. It's the willingness to share your innermost thoughts, fears, and desires without the fear of judgment. In a fake relationship, vulnerability is either absent or one-sided. You may find yourself opening up only to be met with indifference or deflection. Your partner might avoid discussing their own feelings or dismiss yours, creating a one-way emotional street that feels isolating. This inability to connect on an emotional level can leave you questioning whether your partner truly understands or values you for who you are. This void often leads to a sense of emotional loneliness, even when you're physically together. Loneliness in a relationship can be more profound than being alone because it highlights the disparity between what you have and what you need. You may find yourself feeling like a stranger in your own relationship, constantly trying to bridge a gap that your partner doesn't seem interested in closing. Over time, this can erode your self-esteem and lead to feelings of unworthiness as you begin to internalize the idea that you're asking for too much or that your needs are invalid. In such relationships, there's often a lack of empathy. Empathy is the ability to step into someone else's shoes and feel what they're feeling. When your partner shows little interest in your emotional world or fails to provide comfort during your moments of vulnerability, it's a sign of a disconnection that runs deeper than words. This lack of empathy can make you feel unsupported and alone, as though you're carrying the weight of the relationship on your own shoulders. A lack of emotional connection can also create a communication breakdown. Instead of feeling like you're collaborating as a team, conversations can turn into arguments, misunderstandings, or even silence. You may feel like you're constantly explaining yourself or trying to get your partner to care, only to face resistance or apathy. This cycle can become exhausting, leaving you emotionally depleted. Ultimately, a relationship without an emotional connection is like a house without a foundation. It may stand temporarily, but it will crumble under pressure. Recognizing this lack of connection is crucial, as it allows you to reevaluate the relationship and determine whether it's worth pursuing or letting go. Conditional love is one of the clearest indicators of a fake relationship. In a healthy, authentic relationship, love is freely given and unconditional. It is based on mutual respect, understanding, and acceptance of each other's strengths and flaws. However, in a fake relationship, love often feels transactional, as though it is something that must be earned or bartered for. This type of conditional affection can leave you feeling like you are constantly walking on eggshells, striving to meet invisible criteria just to receive the love and care you deserve. When love is conditional, it often comes with unspoken rules or expectations. You might notice that your partner shows affection or support only when you act in a specific way or meet their demands. If you fail to meet these expectations, the love they once showed can quickly turn into indifference or even criticism. This dynamic creates an imbalance in the relationship where you are always giving, adjusting, or sacrificing parts of yourself to maintain their approval. Over time, this can lead to feelings of inadequacy, as though you are never quite enough to deserve their love as you are. The problem with conditional love is that it stifles authenticity. You may feel pressured to suppress your true self, hide your flaws, or pretend to be someone you're not just to keep the relationship intact. This performance becomes exhausting because it denies you the freedom to be yourself. A genuine connection thrives when both partners can show up as their authentic selves, flaws and all. But in a relationship rooted in conditional love, authenticity takes a back seat to appeasement, creating a facade that prevents real intimacy from forming. This dynamic often leads to a sense of insecurity and instability in the relationship. You may find yourself constantly questioning your partner's love or worrying about what might cause them to withdraw. This lack of emotional safety can make you hesitant to express your true feelings, voice concerns, or stand up for your needs. Instead, you might focus on pleasing your partner, often at the expense of your own happiness and well-being. This creates a toxic cycle where you are constantly giving more than you are receiving, yet never feeling secure in the love you're given. Conditional love can also manifest in how conflicts are handled. In a genuine relationship, disagreements are approached with mutual respect and a desire to resolve issues together. However, in a fake relationship, conflicts may be used as opportunities to withhold love or manipulate you into compliance. Your partner might give you the silent treatment, withdraw affection, or use your mistakes as ammunition to make you feel guilty or unworthy. This tactic reinforces the idea that love is conditional and contingent upon your actions, keeping you in a state of constant effort to earn their favor. Ultimately, love that is conditional is not truly love, it is a form of control. Recognizing this pattern is essential to breaking free from the emotional toll it takes. You deserve a relationship where love is given freely, without strings attached, and where you can be accepted for who you truly are. Conditional love may temporarily keep a relationship alive, but it can never sustain the genuine connection and fulfillment that true love brings. In a healthy and genuine relationship, partners naturally discuss and envision a shared future. They plan together, dream together, and align their goals to create a life that includes each other. When this is missing, it can be a glaring red flag of a fake relationship. If conversations about the future are consistently avoided, dismissed, or met with vague responses, it often signals that your partner does not see you as a permanent part of their life. This avoidance creates uncertainty and instability, leaving you questioning the relationship's direction and your place in it. The absence of future-oriented conversations can manifest in various ways. For instance, your partner may deflect or change the subject whenever you try to discuss long-term goals, such as career paths, family plans, or major life decisions. They might offer non-committal answers, such as, let's see how things go, or I'm not ready to think that far ahead. While it's normal to take time to navigate certain decisions, a complete lack of willingness to engage in these discussions suggests a lack of investment in the relationship's longevity. This lack of forward thinking can leave you feeling excluded from your partner's life. They might make decisions without considering your input or fail to include you in plans that extend beyond the immediate present. This can range from simple things like planning a vacation to significant choices such as relocating for work or pursuing major life goals. Over time, this behavior erodes the sense of partnership and collaboration that defines a true relationship, making you feel like an accessory rather than an integral part of their journey. The avoidance of future conversations often reflects a deeper emotional detachment. A partner who is not genuinely invested in the relationship may hesitate to make commitments that tie them to you in the long term. This could stem from a lack of genuine feelings, fear of commitment, or simply a lack of alignment in what they want out of life. Whatever the reason, it creates a significant imbalance in the relationship, as one partner is willing to build a future together while the other remains rooted in the present. This dynamic can also lead to frustration and resentment. You may find yourself questioning why your partner is unwilling to include you in their plans or feeling as though you're chasing a vision they don't share. This emotional disconnect can leave you doubting their intentions and wondering if you're wasting your time on a relationship that isn't going anywhere. It's a painful realization, but one that's necessary to address to protect your emotional well-being. Ultimately, a relationship without a shared vision of the future lacks the foundation necessary for long-term success. True partnerships are built on mutual dreams and goals, where both individuals work together to create a life that supports and fulfills them. Recognizing the absence of these conversations is a critical step in understanding the reality of your relationship. You deserve a connection where your future is valued and envisioned together, a relationship where you're not just an option, but an essential part of the journey ahead. In a genuine relationship, both partners take responsibility for their actions, their words, and the role they play in the dynamics of the relationship. Accountability is a sign of emotional maturity and a deep respect for the partnership. However, in a fake relationship, this essential trait is glaringly absent. Instead of taking ownership of their mistakes, your partner may consistently shift blame, make excuses, or refuse to acknowledge their part in any issues. This lack of accountability creates an imbalance and often leaves you carrying the emotional burden of the relationship alone. When someone avoids accountability, conflicts are rarely resolved in a healthy manner. Instead of addressing the root of the problem, the focus is deflected elsewhere, often onto you. Your partner might accuse you of being too sensitive or overreacting, effectively invalidating your feelings. This tactic shifts the blame and leaves you questioning your own perceptions. Over time, this pattern can erode your confidence and lead to a one-sided dynamic where you feel like the sole person working to maintain the relationship. Avoiding accountability often comes hand in hand with a lack of genuine apologies. In a fake relationship, apologies, if given at all, may feel hollow or insincere. Rather than expressing remorse and a willingness to change, your partner might say things like, "I'm sorry you feel that way," which shifts the responsibility back to you. This refusal to own up to their actions prevents the relationship from growing and healing after conflicts. It creates a cycle of unresolved issues that build up over time, leading to frustration and resentment. A partner who refuses to be accountable may also avoid meaningful conversations about the relationship's challenges. They might dismiss your concerns as unimportant or accuse you of starting drama when you try to address an issue. This dismissive attitude signals that they are unwilling to do the work required to nurture and strengthen the connection. A healthy relationship requires open communication and a mutual commitment to growth, but a fake relationship lacks this foundation. This lack of accountability can also manifest in their unwillingness to support you emotionally or practically. In a genuine relationship, partners step up when times are tough, offering help and understanding. In contrast, someone in a fake relationship might ignore your struggles or make excuses for why they can't be there for you. Their unwillingness to take responsibility for being a supportive partner further highlights their lack of genuine commitment. Ultimately, a relationship without accountability becomes one-sided and draining. You may find yourself constantly trying to bridge the gap, apologizing for things that aren't your fault, or taking on the blame just to keep the peace. This emotional labor is exhausting and unsustainable. Recognizing this pattern is crucial to protecting your emotional health. You deserve a partner who is willing to stand beside you, admit their faults, and work through challenges together. Accountability is the cornerstone of trust and mutual respect, and without it, a relationship cannot truly thrive. Emotional availability is a cornerstone of any authentic relationship. It is what allows partners to connect deeply, share their inner worlds, and build trust. In a fake relationship, however, one partner is often emotionally unavailable, creating a significant barrier to intimacy and leaving the other feeling unfulfilled and disconnected. This lack of emotional presence can manifest in various ways, making it challenging to establish a meaningful bond. When someone is emotionally unavailable, they tend to keep their feelings hidden or guarded. They may avoid discussing emotions, dismiss your attempts to connect on a deeper level, or respond with indifference when you open up. This creates a one-sided dynamic where you are the one trying to foster closeness while your partner remains distant and detached. Over time, this imbalance can leave you feeling as though you're talking to a wall, unable to penetrate the emotional barriers they've put up. One of the most telling signs of emotional unavailability is a partner's inability or unwillingness to provide emotional support. In times of need, you might find that they are absent, unresponsive, or uncomfortable when faced with your vulnerability. Rather than offering comfort, they may downplay your feelings or avoid the conversation altogether. This can make you feel isolated, as though your emotions are a burden, rather than something they care to understand or address. In some cases, emotional unavailability is masked by superficial charm or surface-level affection. Your partner might engage in lighthearted interactions or physical intimacy, but when it comes to meaningful discussions about fears, dreams, or struggles, they withdraw. This creates a false sense of connection that can be confusing and disheartening. You may feel close to them in fleeting moments, only to realize that there is no deeper foundation to the relationship. This lack of emotional engagement often extends to conflicts and problem solving. An emotionally unavailable partner might avoid addressing issues, refuse to have difficult conversations, or shut down when faced with challenges. This prevents the relationship from growing and evolving, as conflicts are left unresolved and emotional wounds are left unhealed. Instead of working together to strengthen the bond, you're left feeling stuck, unable to move forward. The impact of emotional unavailability on your own well-being cannot be overstated. You may begin to question your worth, wondering why your partner can't or won't connect with you on a deeper level. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, frustration, and loneliness. The constant effort to break through their emotional barriers can be exhausting and ultimately unsustainable. Recognizing emotional unavailability is a crucial step in understanding the dynamics of your relationship. While some people may struggle with vulnerability due to past experiences or personal challenges, a relationship requires both partners to make an effort to connect and grow together. If your partner is unwilling or unable to meet you halfway, it may be time to reevaluate whether the relationship aligns with your emotional needs. You deserve a partner who is present, engaged, and willing to build a connection that nurtures and supports both of you. Consistency between words and actions is a fundamental pillar of trust in any relationship. When a person's actions align with their promises, it creates a sense of reliability and security. However, in a fake relationship, this alignment is often missing. Promises are made but not kept. And declarations of love or commitment are contradicted by behavior that signals the opposite. This inconsistency can leave you feeling confused, disoriented, and questioning the authenticity of the relationship. One of the most common signs of this disconnect is when a partner says all the right things but fails to follow through. They may make grand promises about the future, assuring you of their love and dedication, but their actions don't reflect those sentiments. For instance, they might promise to spend more time with you, but their priorities consistently lie elsewhere. Or they might assure you that they value your feelings, yet repeatedly dismiss your concerns or fail to show empathy during difficult times. This gap between words and actions creates a sense of instability, making it hard to trust their intentions. Inconsistencies like these often lead to frustration and self-doubt. You may find yourself questioning whether you're overreacting or misinterpreting their behavior. This is because words can be powerful, and when spoken with charm or conviction, they can temporarily overshadow the reality of their actions. However, the truth always lies in what a person does, not just in what they say. Over time, this pattern of broken promises and unmet expectations can erode your confidence in the relationship and make you feel unimportant or undervalued. Another way this inconsistency shows up is in how your partner treats you in different settings or situations. They might be attentive and caring when it's convenient or when others are watching, but distant and neglectful when the spotlight is off. This duality can be confusing as it sends mixed signals about their true feelings and intentions. You may feel like you're experiencing two different versions of the same person, leaving you unsure of where you truly stand in their life. This behavior also prevents the relationship from deepening. When actions don't match words, it becomes impossible to build trust, which is essential for intimacy and growth. You may start to feel like you're in a perpetual state of waiting for them to follow through, to change, or to finally prove their words true. This limbo can drain your emotional energy and keep you stuck in a cycle of hope and disappointment. It's important to recognize that consistency is not about perfection. Everyone makes mistakes or occasionally falls short of their promises. The difference lies in how those moments are addressed. In a genuine relationship, a partner acknowledges their shortcomings, takes responsibility, and makes an effort to improve. In a fake relationship, excuses, deflections, or indifference are the norm, leaving you to pick up the pieces. Ultimately, a relationship where actions don't match words is one built on a shaky foundation. Trust is eroded, connection becomes superficial, and you're left questioning the sincerity of their feelings. Recognizing this pattern is a critical step in deciding whether to continue investing in a relationship that may never fulfill your emotional needs. You deserve consistency, integrity, and a partner whose actions speak as loudly as their words. A healthy relationship should be a source of energy, inspiration, and emotional nourishment. It should make you feel supported, valued, and uplifted. However, in a fake relationship, the opposite often occurs. Instead of feeling energized and fulfilled, you find yourself drained emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even physically. This exhaustion stems from the constant effort you put into maintaining a connection that feels one-sided and unbalanced. Over time, it can take a significant toll on your well-being. One of the most common signs of this dynamic is a feeling of anxiety or unease when you're with your partner. Instead of feeling safe and comfortable, you may constantly worry about their mood, their reactions, or whether you're doing enough to keep them happy. This emotional labor can become overwhelming as you spend more time managing the relationship's instability than enjoying its positive aspects. You may feel like you're walking on eggshells, always trying to avoid conflict or disapproval, which is both exhausting and unsustainable. Another source of emotional fatigue in a fake relationship is the lack of reciprocity. Genuine relationships thrive on a balance of give and take, where both partners contribute to each other's happiness and growth. In a fake relationship, however, the dynamic often feels one-sided. You might find yourself always being the one to initiate conversations, plan activities, or resolve conflicts, while your partner remains passive or indifferent. This imbalance can leave you feeling unappreciated and depleted, as though your efforts are never acknowledged or reciprocated. This emotional drain is further compounded by the absence of genuine connection. Conversations may feel surface level or forced, and you might struggle to share meaningful moments together. Instead of growing closer, you may feel a sense of distance or detachment that leaves you questioning the relationship's authenticity. This lack of depth can make interactions feel more like obligations than opportunities for joy and connection. A fake relationship can also drain you because it keeps you in a state of uncertainty. The mixed signals, broken promises, and inconsistent behavior from your partner can create a roller coaster of emotions. One day you may feel hopeful and love the next, you're questioning everything. This emotional whiplash takes a toll on your mental health, as you're constantly trying to interpret their actions and understand where you stand. Over time, this constant state of emotional depletion can affect other areas of your life. You may find yourself less motivated, less focused, or more irritable in your daily interactions. Relationships are supposed to enrich your life, not detract from it. If your relationship consistently leaves you feeling drained, it's a clear sign that it's not contributing positively to your overall happiness and well-being. Recognizing this pattern is crucial for your emotional health. A relationship should empower and energize you, providing a safe space where you can grow and thrive. If you find that your relationship consistently leaves you feeling exhausted, it may be time to reevaluate whether it aligns with your emotional needs and desires. You deserve a connection that fills your heart, energizes your spirit, and makes life brighter, not one that leaves you feeling depleted and unsure.